What's up, everybody? It's Matt, back again with another video. And in today's video, I kind of want to talk about something that's been on my mind a lot lately and kind of the approach that I've been taking in many different aspects, and it's intentionality. Now, that's pretty much the key buzzword for me the past couple months, maybe even about a year at this point, where I want to keep working on myself and keep figuring out things. For lack of a better term, it boils down to this. I become cognizant of like the passage of time more as time goes on. And I want to be more intentional with how I use my time. So just recently, me and my girlfriend kind of cleaned up the office area, made the video on the office. I think it's coming together pretty nice. I'm not even going to lie to you right now. I'm kind of hype about the ambiance of this background right now. It looks really cool. So I'm sitting there kind of looking at that. That's pretty nice. I just put it up there and then boom, this shot came to be, and I'm pretty happy about it. But anyways, it's just being more intentional with your time, because you can really sit on your phone and just be engulfed in these social media apps. And that's really the first thing that I'm getting to here is I want you to sit down and look at your screen time on social media, especially with like short form video. It's so bad. And that's where you have all this time that you can unlock. And I know people have said that and it's probably a little bit cringe or whatnot, but there's literally so much time there that you can invest in other things. And that's not necessarily a bad thing. It can be a good thing. And look, I'm still in the process of getting over my phone, because some days you just really want to brain rot and not really think about anything. But it's not really a healthy coping mechanism. So what I've done with my social media usage is at first I started restricting my apps. I would put timers on them, and those are very easy to get around. So I know that's going to be a comment. You can get around them so easily, but it's just adding these little layers each time, like even taking them off your home screen where you have to swipe up into your app drawer to get to the app, taking them off your app screen, even there. So that way you have to search for the app to open it. All these different things. And then over time, you're going to get to a point where, hey, I don't use this much. I can delete it. So I've employed that approach with TikTok, gotten rid of TikTok. I do watch a couple YouTube shorts, but YouTube Premium, or YouTube, to their credit, they have a feature in there where just in YouTube, you can set a limit on shorts. Now, granted, it's easy to get around. You can just click off of it, but it's something that you can implement. So I watch a couple YouTube shorts here and there, but I think with how much I've gotten off of TikTok, that's helped a little bit. Every now and then I have my weekdays where I'm or not weekdays, but my weakness days, where I'm sitting there actually kind of scrolling it a little bit, but those are few and far between now. Twitter. I've been on Twitter since like 2009 or something. I don't know. I've had it forever, and it's always been my source of news. And now I've gotten it to the point where it's on my tablet. It's on a time limiter on my tablet, but I really don't go on my tablet that often. And I go on Twitter on my computer. So if anyone ever reaches out to me on Twitter, just know I just don't have it on my phone, because it's just not on my phone. So I can see it on the computer. That's pretty much the extent of that. Same thing with Facebook. I have Facebook Messenger in case something just crazy happens. Someone has to reach out to me, which never happens anyway. So I could probably delete that too. But I have it in my head somewhere where I need it on there. Instagram was the easiest one to get rid of for me personally. I know some people are really addicted to Instagram. I never really got into just like Instagram. It was just another app to open, just scroll through it. So that one was the first one. Maybe there's an app you're not as comfortable with. I don't know if comfortable with is the right word. Maybe there's an app that you don't really spend as much time on. Maybe get rid of that one first. That's what I did with Instagram. So all these apps have been gone. I pretty much have YouTube, which I watch YouTube all the time. I don't know if I'm ever going to get to a point where I don't do it, but with YouTube, whenever I'm watching videos, I'm probably doing something. I'm doing like chores. I'm listening to YouTube while I'm mowing the lawn. I'm always doing something when I'm watching YouTube most of the time. So I let myself have that. I fall asleep to YouTube even. So yeah, there's the intentionality of the phone, and that's the most popular thing that a lot of people have. They even get dumb phones. I don't think I can ever do that. I guess maybe I could. Yeah. I think Reddit's going to be the next one I need to get rid of on my phone, to be honest, because I do scroll Reddit quite a bit. That's like my app on my phone now. That's the last one aside from YouTube. So if I can get rid of Reddit, and I still have Snapchat just because I talk to my cousin on there all the time. If I didn't talk to him on there all the time, I would have deleted Snapchat because I have no use for Snapchat. So that's one of the things that I've been working on with that. Sleep is another thing, and this is a really weird one to say, and I just recently got these earbuds. They're the Sleep Buds A30s. I wish I had them with me at the second, but I keep them by the bed. And so for the longest time, I've had a problem with waking up in the middle of the night and needing to go sleep in a different area. So I start in the bed and then I go to the couch. I'm not relegated to the couch because of I messed up or anything. It's just I end up sleeping on the couch. And that's another thing that I really want to get to, because as I get older, sleeping on the couch is going to screw up my back, and I don't want that. So my combative against this is I go to the couch so that way I don't disturb my partner with watching YouTube videos. That's in my mind. She always says I would never disturb her or anything, but I really just don't want to disturb her sleep because I don't like messing with other people's sleep. So I need to make sure everything's all good. So I get to a point where I do still need to get up. I might get a drink of water or something real quick. And then I have these earbuds, these Sleep Buds A30s, right? They are so slim. I need to make a video on them, but you can actually sleep on your side with them, and it's a little annoying, but not that annoying. So I can sit there and listen to YouTube videos and fall asleep. It's worked out pretty good so far. I've had them for 3 nights. First night was a little rough. Second night worked. Third night, it's been good. So I've been able to actually sleep in the bed for a full 6 hours, which is about the sleep I get. And I get a sleep report with the earbuds, which is a great thing. I've been wanting a sleep report to track it. I don't think it's the most accurate, but as long as I have some sort of data where I can follow the trends, we're doing good. So there's that. Another thing is kind of being more active. You know, I had this period of time where I liked to work out a lot, and that was before I got a job. And once I got a job, my workout habits went down. So it's nothing serious that I think I'm going to stick to. Eventually, maybe I'll start going to the gym again on a more consistent basis. But just stretching in the morning and at night, just getting a quick 10 to 15 minute stretch in, making sure I walk a bit each day, get some sun while I'm on the walk. Walking outside is a very nice feeling. I had a period of time where I was really consistent with walking outside. So there's that. And with that, kind of getting my weight to a good point where I want it, which it's the best it's been in a while, not going to lie. So that's a good thing. So stretching, walking, eventually getting a workout in there. That's some other things. Another intentionality is my hobbies, spending time actually enjoying my hobbies. So like video games. I mentioned this with like the backlog shelf in the video I did the other day. I got like an Excel spreadsheet where I'm kind of keeping track of my backlog list. And I have problems where I like to mess with lists and spreadsheets just because I work in an accounting role. So I'm very spreadsheet coded. So I get to the point where I've messed with that backlog list and I already want to redo it, but I really don't need to. But anyways, this year so far, I've played 10 games. I finished 10 games. That's crazy to say. I don't think I've done that in a long time. And it's the middle of May, and I haven't picked up another game. I've been playing a little bit of Super Mario Bros. Wonder. But beside that, I haven't really picked up another game. I just finished Vampire Crawlers. Great game, great deck builder game. If you ever played Vampire Survivors, same people, but it's so addicting. Such a good game. So me and my girlfriend have been playing that game. We both beat it, and it's a great game. But yeah, I've beaten 10 games this year, so that's awesome. I'm glad that I've actually done that. Making sure I'm listening to music with intentionality. And what I mean by that, this goes back to algorithm stuff, and I've never really been too big into listening to like the For You playlist that YouTube Music or Spotify or Apple Music will put together for you based on your listening habits. I'm sure those have their benefits for some people. I need to clean up my YouTube Music library, but it's really being more intentional. I have like a list on like album of the year where I'm keeping up with like lists of albums. I asked a Discord group that I'm in for some albums to listen to, so I've been going through some of those. And actually kind of sitting down and listening with the music and then like typing out a review after I've heard it and giving it like a score and a rating. It's like a whole process, but I enjoy it. It's been fun to actually go through that process and go back and listen to old albums that I used to listen to and log them into that same system. So that's been interesting as well. I really do want to read more before going to bed. I know I've kind of started this whole my YouTube cycle again, I guess you'll call it, a couple months ago after I read Atomic Habits, and that's probably been half a year ago now. And I've read like half a book since then. I've read some manga, so that's something, but I don't really count that too much. But I've actually finished Fire Punch back here. I'm inverted here. I finished Fire Punch, so that was a good series to read. So I've been reading some manga here and there. And finished Chainsaw Man. And I still need to finish the one book that I've been on, the actual book, and then I can read some more books. And once I finish that book, I will allow myself to get more books. But first, I really have to make sure I finish that book. So reading kind of before bed, that's kind of what I want to get to. And that's the problem with the smartphone, is I would scroll on my phone before going to bed. So I'm trying to get away from that. So yeah. Anyways, this has been kind of on my mind, in the back of my head, and I've had all these thoughts about them. Sometimes I'll go to sleep just thinking about like thoughts on what I would ramble about on a YouTube video if I made a YouTube video. I know that's kind of weird, but that's just kind of some thought processes that I've had, and just like random things that I've just been thinking about a lot lately, and this is one of them. So I really want to try to live with more intentionality, and I feel like I've been making some strides there. I will say, don't beat yourself up if you can't do all these things all at once, because I listed out a lot of different things, and it's a process. Like, I think the main thing, I've heard this before, and the main thing is you're going to get into a rut where you go bad off the deep end again. Like maybe you try to get away from the smartphone thing and you spend a whole weekend watching TikTok and you'd done good for a whole month. You know what? That doesn't mean you need to give up. You just start again. It's pretty much how quickly you can get out of that rut, because if you let that rut carry on and on and on, and you don't try to bounce back from it, that's when there's going to be the problem. It's kind of seeing how quickly you can get out of the ruts when they occur, because if you can keep that up, that's really the key. So just don't beat yourself up whenever you get to that point. I'm sitting here like a motivational speaker. What am I doing? But just don't beat yourself up whenever you get off track. Just get back on track. That's all you have to do. Get back on track. Say, it's okay. It happens. We're all human. We make mistakes. Get back on track. Work on it. And then you're good to go. I tell myself that too, because I beat myself up about it as well. So yeah. And then making videos is the other thing with intentionality, because I kind of started this whole a couple months ago where I wanted to make videos, and I haven't done a good job of that. I knew I wouldn't, but some of it is because I want to use it as like a skill to get better at speaking and coming with things off the top of my head, having like a little outline here. I write notes sometimes on things that I'm thinking about, and I'm kind of going off this list that I made myself the other day when I was thinking about this topic. And so just kind of going on that and staying on track and having like coherent thoughts. So that's another thing that I want to get out of this with making videos too. And just because I enjoy doing it. So anyways, that pretty much ends my TED Talk, my ramble about intentionality and where my mind's been at with that. So if anything, leave a comment down below if you have your own journey with like being more intentional with your time and trying to figure out different things that you want to be better at. Just leave a tip down here. Maybe I'll enjoy it. Leave an album recommendation if you want to. That'd be great as well. But anyways, thanks for watching. Peace.